New York City's Mayor Eric Adams was charged with bribery and wire fraud in a scheme which goes back to nearly 10 years. This is a 57-page indictment which accuses Adams of accepting illicit benefits from foreign business people and also a Turkish government official in exchange for favorable treatment. It's alleged that New York City's Mayor Eric Adams received more than $100,000 worth of free plane tickets and luxury hotel stays from wealthy Turkish nationals and at least one government official in a nearly decade-long corrupt scheme. And this is all according to the 57-page federal indictment, which was unsealed today. In return for free travel benefits and illegal campaign contributions, Adams performed favors for his foreign benefactors, and this includes pressuring the New York Fire Department to allow a Turkish consulate building to open despite serious safety concerns. The indictment also says the alleged international pay-to-play scheme began after Adams became the Brooklyn borough president in 2014 and helped to unwrite his successful mayor campaign. 7 years later, the indictment says it continued into this year, even after federal officers seized Adams' electronic devices and raided the home of his chief fundraiser, according to the indictment. This was a multi-layered scheme to buy favor with a single New York City politician on the rise. The U.S. attorney said at a conference that they charged Mayor Adams with 5 counts. Adams is a 64-year-old black man and became the first sitting New York City mayor to be indicted in this era. The details of the criminal case came at a time of extraordinary turmoil for the Adams administration. In the past 2 weeks alone, the city police commissioner, top lawyer, and school's chancellor has announced their resignations. Mayor Adams took to social media to address the indictment which was made against him, and he made his vow to the public to fight the charges and stay on as the mayor of New York City. And these are his words.
My fellow New Yorkers, it is now my belief that the federal government intends to charge me with crimes. If so, these charges will be entirely false, based on lies. But they would not be surprising. I always knew that if I stood my ground for all of you, that I would be a target, and a target I became. For months, leaks and rumors have been aimed at me in an attempt to undermine my credibility and paint me as guilty. Just this past week, they searched the home of our new police commissioner, looking for documents from 20 years ago, just 1 week after he joined my administration. Enough. I will fight these injustices with every ounce of my strength and my spirit.
Some of the most powerful political figures in New York City have all band together and are calling for Adams to step down. And this is why people don't trust these political figures, whether they're mayors, senators, or whatnot. It doesn't matter about their race, color, or creed. People don't trust political figures because they know that these people are taking handouts under the table, taking briberies. They're not playing the game fair, should I say. And they're charging people to pay to play. And that's what they do. If you pay, you can play. That's just like when people want to build these little shopping centers and areas in your neighborhood or in your community. What happens? They go to the mayor's office, hit him with something on the side. It's pay to play time. We're trying to build this shopping center or this gas station. And next thing you know, you're like, wow, a shopping center is built up. I've been trying to get something built right there forever. Yeah, but your bread ain't long enough. You have to be able to pay to play. See, but in his case, he paid to play and it all backfired on him because they said from 2016 to 2021 he received free business class tickets or upgrades on 7 different trips to countries including India, France, China, Hungary, Ghana, and Turkey, which was a value of over $123,000. And this is also in his indictment. And so he has his hands full. You can definitely believe that. But it's still based on what I'm trying to say, which is this is why people don't trust elected officials, because elected officials are doing undermined crimes. And also they're not showing their communities that we're here for the community. They're not putting nothing there for the community to be able to build itself and sustain itself. They're just doing things for selfish gain. And this is what they do. And then they get on here, shuck and jive, and do all the things that they do to get re-voted in. And then we re-vote them in, and we get the same results. What does it say? If you do the same thing all the time and you keep getting the same results, that's insanity. So they're looking at us like these people are insane. They still vote me in, and I'm still doing nothing for them. I'm just getting up here, speaking my speech, getting voted in, but I'm playing a whole different game. And that's what they do. They play a different game than we physically see. We don't see the real game that they're playing. They're playing a whole nother level of game. And we see this in Mayor Eric Adams. And guess what? The people shouldn't have no pity for him. They shouldn't feel remorse for him getting busted for doing illegal business, especially when you're doing nothing for your community. And that's the bottom line. But we're going to wait to see. And once again, people, this 2024 has been big on exposure, very big on exposure. People are getting exposed for their dirty deeds. And now it's not going to stop. And we're going to be amazed to see who's next. And with that, I'm going to say this is the news in you. North, east, west, south, unite from every alley in Cali, intersection and back street. Subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up on your way out the door.
Star Child, I never
seen the sunshine like this.
I never
Never seen the moon glow like
Hey yo, I
this.
never
Never seen